Hey there, I'm Rin Olson. This is The Dog Show. This week on The Dog Show.
Hi, I'm Michelle Agresti for The Dog Show, and I'm at Bark Animal Shelter in Williamsburg, and this is Jim, who works in the dog kennel, and he is here with Pops, one of their adoptable dogs. Jim, could you tell us anything about Pops?
Pops is about 8 or 9. He came to us when his owner died, so he's been living with us for about 2-3 months now, I believe, maybe a little bit longer. He currently has an eye ulcer, but he's on medicine, which should get better within a short amount of time. He's housebroken, very obedient, gets along great with other dogs. Even when the younger dogs who are more energized, they jump on him, doesn't faze him, he just goes the other way. He gets along great with people, kids. I'm not sure about cats. Sometimes we test our animals with cats, our dogs. We have a cat loft upstairs that sometimes we have them interact. He's not on any special diet. He's health-wise, he's very well, besides his eye. He's pretty low energy. He's a pit bull, some type of bulldog boxer mix. He's a very well dog. He'd be great for a new owner. He doesn't pull too much on the street. Yeah, I mean, he's great with people.
How much exercise does Pops need?
Pops, he's a bit older now, but he's a little less energy, so it's not very high demand, really. He's a very easy dog to take care of. For especially, he's a good for maybe a new time dog owner, people who are a little less experienced per se.
So in your opinion, what would Pops' ideal home be like?
He doesn't need a big home. He'd be good with other dogs. Kids he'd be fine with, maybe someone who's, a little bit older who couldn't handle a smaller dog. I mean, a much younger dog that has a lot more energy so as he jumps on you. Yeah, I mean, he's a great, beginner dog, not just because of his age in terms that he's less energy, but also he's very obedient, housebroken. He's good for the city. A lot of people like smaller dogs in the city because smaller apartments, but he doesn't need a big house, really.
And does Pops have any special needs?
Special needs, no. Just currently he has an eye ulcer. It's just 2 treatments a day, one in the morning, an ointment, and another drop in the evening. It's gotten better. It's light sensitive, but other than that, it's getting better. It's on its way to healing.
Okay, great. And can you tell us something about Bark Animal Shelter?
Bark, it's been here since 1987. It's a nonprofit no-kill shelter. We survive mostly on donations. Majority of our operations are done through donations. We have dogs and cats. We have a chicken upstairs as well. Marsha, she's a celebrity here. Also, yeah, I mean, this whole warehouse right here has just been newly renovated within the last couple of years. We hold about 20 4 dogs, somewhere around there. We have a newly built playroom for the cats. We welcome volunteers. The more the better.
And how would one volunteer for Bark?
Well, for the cats, it's during the adoption hours, 12 to 4, Tuesday through Saturday. With dogs, it's Monday and Tuesday and Thursday evening hours are 5:30 to 7. And then we also have morning hours Tuesday to Saturday, 9 to 12. And then you can get to us on the off days through organizations like New York Cares.
Okay, great. So do you adopt the chicken?
No. She's a lifetime resident.
Okay, great. Thanks so much for talking to us. And it was nice to meet you, Pops. This is Michelle Agresti for The Dog Show. If you're interested in adopting Pops or volunteering for Bark Shelter, you can go to their website.
Hello, I'm Taylor for The Dog Show, and I'm here with Madrette, who's been doing dog paw readings at the 5th annual Strut Your Mutt. Madrette, what can you tell us about what you do?
Well, it's a mystery to me what I do. I read actually dog paw prints, and I like to get the first impression because that's when the dog really reveals themselves before they get a chance to think it through and try to give me a perfect print. No, I want to know who they are on the spur of the moment, and they're very interesting. I've met some of the most interesting dogs here today.
I bet. And when you're looking at a paw print, what sort of things are you reading off of the paw print? Like, does it vary per dog, or what can you tell us?
Well, it's interesting because I can't really describe it. Things jump out at me. And I end up showing them very often to the pet owner so they don't think I'm nuts. And when I point it out to them, they say, oh, yeah, I see that now. So you got to turn around, you got to look at it, and I don't know. In my mind, it's so obvious to me, I think that anybody should be able to do it. Maybe anybody could.
We won't tell anyone. So, Madrette, how long have you been doing this?
Ooh, many years now. I really don't want to say because then you'll probably think that I'm even older than I really am. Is that possible?
Oh.
Could you possibly think I'm older than I am?
You're not a day over 25. I would never believe that.
No, you were close.
Flattery.
27. I've had a hard life.
Oh, goodness. But so many years ago, you started reading dog paw prints. What drew you to that?
Oh, well, it was kind of an accidental thing. There were dogs over the house. It was a rainy day. It was down at the beach. They came and they left paw prints all over the floor. And I was cleaning up the paw prints, and I was really concerned about one of my friend's dogs. And it turned out the dog was very sick. And I was like, wow, that's like really weird. And then I just kind of started experimenting, and the rest is history.
Well, that's fascinating. I guess with gifts and things like that, accidents are the way they always happen. What do you think?
I guess so, yeah. And it's like, you have the winning lotto numbers?
Oh, if only. 0, 1, 2.
No,
6.
0 isn't an option.
I already failed.
That 0 is only what I end up with after the drawing.
Oh, goodness. So, is there anywhere that we can find you online or?
Well, we can find me on the show right here, right now. Or I am on Facebook and I am on Twitter. It's MADRETTE. And also, I'm on email, madrette@gmail.com. Or you can just send me a vibe.
Absolutely. And is this the normal kind of event you do, or do people do private sessions?
I do private sessions, but I like to come out whenever I can to support any of these animal rescue, animal shelters, animal welfare. I mean, that's what it's all about. Who wants to see the little pups suffer? Not just the little pups.
The big ones too.
Well, it's funny. I mean, I was doing one out in Colorado, a few months ago. We always are thinking dogs and cats here in New York, but when you get outside of New York, you go out west, or you never know what you're going to find in the shelters. You find snakes and iguanas, and I read a gecko once.
You want to tell us
There
about
wasn't a
that?
heck of a lot going on up there.
Well, thank you so much, Madrette.
Well, thank
You've been
you for
wonderful.
stopping by. It's nice that you're here to support the cause. Thank you.
Absolutely. And once again, this is Madrette with the Paw Readings. I'm Taylor for the Dog Show.
Hi, I'm Michelle Agressi for The Dog Show, and I'm here with Jennifer from In Our Hands Rescue and this adorable dog, Ryan. So, Jennifer, could you tell us anything about Ryan's personality?
Ryan is a sweet dachshund mix. I believe he's to be standard, not miniature. He was rescued recently from a high kill shelter out in Georgia where he was sent to the gas chamber. We learned about him when he won some hearts at the shelter out there, and they told us, and we decided to take him up here. He's up to date on all his shots. He's neutered, he's heartworm negative, he's microchipped. He loves to play with squeaky toys and will chase a ball. He loves to give kisses and cuddle. He can have minor separation anxiety, so that shouldn't be encouraged. With proper training, he'll be just a wonderful pet. He's already housebroken. He's about 3 years old, good with dogs, cats, children, and walks very well on a leash.
Well, that sounds wonderful. You just have it all, Ryan. And do you know anything about his history?
I don't. He was turned into the shelter as a stray. Normally people do that to avoid paying a surrender fee, so they won't say it's their pet. They'll say they found it, but he obviously was somebody's pet. He's very well-mannered. He's very lovable. He's not skittish at all. So somebody had this dog for the past 3 years and for whatever reasons couldn't keep him.
Does he have any special needs?
None at all. He has no special needs.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say about Ryan?
No, just that he would be a perfect pet for any home.
What would his ideal living situation be like?
I don't think we can find a perfect home. He would do great anywhere. He would do great with children. He would do great with a single woman or man. He would do great as a couple and elderly people. He would just fit in just about any situation.
And how energetic would you say Ryan is?
I would say he's pretty low energy. He does have moments where he will play and chase a ball or play tug of war, but he doesn't require a lot of exercise. Dog park would be great. If you don't want to take him running every day, you put him in the dog park while you read a book. He'll be fine with that.
How does Ryan get along with other dogs?
Ryan is really good with other dogs. As soon as he sees them, he wants to greet them. He's very playful and he'll play very nicely with dogs of all sizes.
And how's Ryan with cats?
We haven't truly cat tested him, but when he's walked around and we showed him the cats through the cages, he appears to have no cat aggression and pretty little interest. So I do think he would be fine in a home with cats. If somebody was interested in adopting him, we would do a full cat test to be sure.
If you're interested in adopting Ryan, you can go to the In Our Hands agency website. This has been Michelle Agressi for The Dog Show. Michelle Agressi for The Dog Show, and here we are at the Tomkins Square Halloween Dog Parade. Hi, I'm here with a couple of circus performers. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm Grace Forster. This is Portia, the glam lion, and this is Rosie, the glam monkey from the freak show.
Oh, that's so
From the
cool.
circus freak show.
So, who are you wearing today?
We're wearing Roberto Negrin. He made these wonderful costumes and the wig that he did, strand by strand of human hair. So they're really fun and, and they're very comfortable. And the dogs have no problem wearing them.
Oh yeah, they look really content today.
Yeah, they're easygoing. They're loving life, and it's a beautiful day, and we love coming here every year. We've been doing it for many, many years, at least since she was a pup in 2005. So yeah, we're enjoying it, right? She's an old timer at this event. So there are a lot of new people here, but it's a wonderful day. It's a great time to just celebrate Halloween and have fun and see our friends and have an opportunity to dress up and have a good time.
So what keeps you coming back year after year?
I think we just enjoy getting all dressed up for Halloween, and it centers on the dogs rather than the people, which I like. and it's fun to see everyone's costumes and to just have a good time. And last year we won a prize, but we really don't mind winning or losing, because it's all about having fun, and having a photograph or two doesn't hurt. So that's pretty nice too.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me, and good luck today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, could you introduce yourself and your dog?
My name is Victoria, and my little Pomeranian, her name is Gia Marie.
And who are you guys today?
I'm the little girl, and she is the original Cabbage Patch Pom. Now, I grew up, I'm an 80s baby, so I grew up with Cabbage Patch Kids, and I was thinking, what can she be this year that's going to be original? And I said, she's going to be the first Cabbage Patch Pom. And there's no Cabbage Patch Pom here, or Cabbage Patch dog at all, so we're original.
That's awesome. So what's your goal in coming to the costume contest today?
Oh, we love press. Hey, listen, we're going to be honest about it. You have about 1,000 contestants. It's very competitive. But last year I was Jessica Rabbit and she was Roger Rabbit, and we made a lot of press. It was excellent.
That's great. Could you show off her costume a bit?
Sure. So she's wearing her baby onesie with her little hair clip, which is like the yarn. That's the signature that was on the newborn babies of the Cabbage Patch. And she's actually in a replica box of the Cabbage Patch. And I made it myself. I added her name. I'm adoptable. They were known for having the birth certificates inside the box, and it has her name, and she was born on December 4th, 2011. The pacifier, the rattle, and I think we're gonna turn this into one of her beds in the house, because she likes it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you.
Good luck today.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Good luck, Gia. Hi, I'm Michelle Agresti for the Dog Show, and I'm at Bark Animal Shelters in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and I'm here with Jim, who works in the dog kennel, and this is Jerry, one of their adoptable dogs. Jim, could you tell us anything about Jerry?
Jerry's about 5 years old. He's a He's a blue nose pit bull. He's great. He's sweet. He needs some house training. Maybe he's a little housebroken. He's great with people. He loves people. A little, not so much well as dogs and cats, but so he'd probably be best in a house by himself with no other animals. Yeah, he's for pit bulls are usually a little high energy. He can be actually a little bit lower than regular pit bulls. He's very obedient. He knows how to sit, roll over. He'll do anything for whoever owns him and adopts him. He's a very loving dog. He's a bit older. His owners had to surrender him because the owner was in the military and he was deployed overseas, so he returned to us. He was originally a bark dog. I think when he was a puppy or a lot younger, he was rescued, and then he wound up being adopted by the person in the military, and now he's back with us.
Okay, great. So has he been obedience trained by his former owner?
Self-trained by the owner himself. He could probably use more training in terms of with other animals, like dogs, just to make it a little bit easier for the owner. But the way his trainer owned him, he's pretty good. I mean, if you tell him to sit, if you're walking him and a dog comes by and it looks like he's like staring him down, just tell him to sit and just break the eye contact, have him look at you. He's fine. He just needs an owner who's loving, and when they are walking him, just to be very vigilant. But he's very easy to walk. He doesn't pull. He does need to be housebroken. He could be a little skittish. He's a little nervous, even though people think pit bulls are tough. He's a little nervous dog sometimes. But once again, I mean, he's just a great dog. Yeah.
Okay, great. How often does Jerry need to be walked?
Jerry, at least, I mean, he needs at least one long walk a day, usually. And I think, I mean, since now he's not really housebroken, so, but at least multiple times a day, and he'll go as long as you're willing to go. He doesn't get tired, really. I've taken him for hour-plus walks, so just yesterday I took him for an hour walk, so he's willing to go as long as you are.
Okay, great. Is there anything else you'd like to tell people about Jerry?
I mean, he's overall healthy now. I mean, he has some dry skin, but it seems to be a lot better. Yeah, I mean, it's just, pit bulls are stereotyped as bad dogs, but he's actually the total opposite. Yeah.
And does Jerry have any special needs other than being a little skittish around other dogs?
Oh, it's not really skittish. He just doesn't get along.
Oh,
okay. He's skittish sometimes with people. But special needs in terms of health, no.
Okay, great. And can you tell us a bit about Bark Shelters?
We're a no-kill nonprofit animal shelter. I believe they've been here since 1987. It's owned by there's two owners, Vinny and Tony. They've been here ever since it opened. Yeah, I mean, we have a cat loft upstairs as well. At max, we can hold about 24 dogs. The building is renovated inside. It's newly renovated. Yeah, I mean, we're willing to have volunteers come walk dogs. It's a great shelter. It's a small in terms of like workers. It's very close knit. It's a great shelter.
And what would the adoption process be if someone wanted to adopt an animal?
It's a $150 donation. It's 2 forms of ID, at least 2 references, and you need proof from an owner, your landlord, that you can own an animal, specifically dogs. And dogs like Jerry, specifically, you can own a pit bull, because a lot of places in the country, they're a little biased towards pit bulls.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for the interview, and it was very nice to meet Jerry. This was Michelle Agresti for The Dog Show. And if you're interested in adopting Jerry, you can go to the Bark Shelter website, or if you're interested in volunteering, you can contact them as well.
That's our show for this week. You've been watching The Dog Show. I'm Rin Olson.